The biggest difference between Dogecoin and Ethereum is Dogecoin is still evolving. It could develop the smart technology like Ethereum, or it could develop the limited quantity like Bitcoin. And that'll fix a lot of the fundamental issues with Dogecoin. But in terms of profit, is it easier for Bitcoin to go from 50,000 to 100,000, or for Dogecoin to go from 5 cent to 10 cent? That's still a 100% gain, no matter which way you look at it. But as far as for common shares and being more accessible to the people, obviously that'll be easier to get into Dogecoin. Ethereum isn't as expensive as Bitcoin, but the comparison to Dogecoin needs to be made now, so we can compare the financial gain perspective as well as the evolution of these cryptos. If you've watched any of the my versus video, primarily like my Dogecoin versus Bitcoin video, I'll link this here. You'll see that the biggest issue with Dogecoin that I said would be that the unlimited supply. I said that adding a cap to the available shares would add some stability to the market. But what about a currency like Ethereum? Ethereum has something called M1 money. Without going into great details, pretty much what that means is it has the ability to have a chip, and it also has the ability to have programmable contracts in there as well. Essentially, it's smart money. Because of this is the primary reason I think that the ultimate showdown between who will become like the cryptocurrency of the world, if we were to go that route, it would actually be between Dogecoin and Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Elon Musk said something recently, pretty much saying that the point of having money in general is to eliminate the hassle of bartering. And cryptocurrency is pretty much just an even easier way to have like a digital format of said money. Technically, we've been playing in like a lighter version of that with like our debit cards and pretty much moving toward like a cashless society. But cryptocurrency would take it a step forward and also allow perhaps that the world pretty much operate based off of like a cryptocurrency instead of like exchanging for, dollars to rubles or yen or, different currencies or whatnot. It allows, it's opening the window to allow like a medium exchange that's equal across the board. Ethereum would allow you the ability to actually program contracts into specific markets, which is a huge advantage over currencies like Bitcoin and even Dogecoin. Again, Dogecoin has the ability to evolve into something like this and kind of like be like the best of both worlds. But right now, Ethereum definitely has the edge. With that being said, you're investing for two terms, either short term or long term. Now, Ethereum, let's just say for around numbers that it's $1,000 per share. Does Ethereum have the ability to reach $5,000, $10,000 a share? I believe so. I believe that Ethereum will be implemented more as far as like into different systems, especially with like Ethereum Classic and the partnership that they have with Microsoft. I do believe that we'll see Ethereum in the multiple thousands. Do I believe that it will reach Bitcoin's level? Absolutely not. But I do believe that we will see an increase from where it is today. Now, where does that leave Dogecoin? Dogecoin has the ability to take on multiple traits, again, because it's still in its infancy stage. But for the sake of this video, let's say that it doesn't. Let's just say that Dogecoin is just going to be a regular cryptocurrency, and it's, for right now, it's going to be just limited to the supply and demand of the market and still has all of its volatility. Using the same example of short-term and long-term growth, where are you able to see the most profit? And not just the most profit, but the most profit without having a lot of money to initially get started. Because if you have the ability to put like 100K into Ethereum or get a couple shares of Bitcoin for at 100K, it's a big difference between someone who has like that amount of money readily available as far as for investments and people that are pretty much, if you're shooting to be like the common man stock or the cryptocurrency of the world and be accessible to everybody. And I think that's one of the angles that Elon Musk is pushing for, is because of the price of Dogecoin right now. With that being said, percentage wise, you're going to be much better off with Doge. You'll see a lot of videos on Ethereum saying that, hey, you can take Ethereum and the contracts are going to be, they're the game changer, and you can take it and buy homes with it and do like investment markets with it, and it's going to be so much faster and better. And when you think about it, technically we're doing something similar to that now, which was we have almost a cashless society with doing debit card transactions. Like no one at this point is still going to show up with like $100,000 in cash or $500,000 in cash and say, hey, I want to buy your home. So even if we're using Ethereum to make these exchanges, there's still going to be some legislation in place, and rightfully so, to make sure that people aren't getting scammed, that they can track where their money is going. So I don't think that technology and that aspect is going to make that big of a difference. But I do believe that as far as for having like a medium of exchange, like globally, or as far as on the Forex or something like that, it can make things easier. Ethereum going from $1,000 to $2,000 is still 100% return. Bitcoin going from $50,000 to $100,000 is still a 50% return. And Doge going from 5 cents to 10 cents is still a 50% return. So there's a much more chance that you're going to be able not only to get in at the 5 cents, but also buy more shares at the 5 cents. So even as it just starts compounding and eventually hits like $1, $1.50, $2, who knows what the future holds, you're going to realize even much more incredible percentages than you could or probably can't get with some of these other cryptos. Outside of all the speculation and whether or not cryptocurrency is going to replace physical money and this changing, or whether you believe, okay, this is leading to like the new world order or whatever the case may be, most people are investing simply for a financial gain, and they plan on selling at some point to convert their crypto back into dollars and go and buy things with it, like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff like you've been seeing, like with the Doge emojis, like sending it to the moon. So technically most people are investing for the financial aspect of versus being like ahead of the curve and leading like the change as far as into like the new system. Financially speaking, you'd probably be better off with Dogecoin, both in the short term and in the long term, outside of like the volatility. Again, some fundamental changes would have to be made if it's going to, see like multiple thousands of dollars per coin. And if it has the ability to implement like some technology and go through like some changes as well, you can see actually have some competition for Ethereum inside of the smart technology market. But I do believe that Ethereum as of right now, Ethereum is in a better position to become like the crypto of the people, just simply because of the ability and the usefulness of that M1 technology as far as for implementing contracts into like specific markets. We'll see where it goes. I believe both over the long term and the short term, Ethereum and Dogecoin are going to realize higher prices. But as far as for who has that edge in becoming the crypto of the people, we'll see as far as for the breakdown of that, because we never know. We could see a Dogecoin classic or like a breakdown of Dogecoin as well, and it can evolve into something else. That's why I'm really curious, and I'm tracking these very closely. In conclusion, financially, I believe that you'll be better off with Dogecoin in both the short term and the long term. I believe that would be pretty obvious by now based off of the video, but Ethereum has huge potential, and I love to see the markets and how they would be implemented in going forward. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching this video. I like breaking down the differences in different cryptos and seeing as far as for the advantages and disadvantages and comparing the two. I will probably do like a series of these and just continue working my way through the different cryptos and just doing like different comparisons to each other. And before you go, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm doing a big push to hit 5,000 subscribers by July, and you can help me get there by hitting the subscribe button right now and becoming a part of the family here. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you, and until next time.